Welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to day 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Euro 2024. In this video, we're going to be going over every matchup that's happened throughout the Euros so far. Going forward, I'm going to try to make more daily content and kind of react to like the day of. So tomorrow we're going to try to be reacting just to day 5. But we'll see how I can maintain that schedule going forward. Without further ado, let's hop into the first matchup and just look at the Germany-Scotland matchup. Germany come in. No one's really predicting them to do well. Everyone's saying they're a dark horse, not really a real favorite. And they come in, they win 5-1. Obviously, there was a red card, but they scored a couple times before that red card even came. So I think Germany have really shown up for this tournament, expressed themselves, showing how dominant they are. What I really want to speak to is they pumped Scotland. And they continued to press to score more and more. And really, I really like how they started the tournament this way because it's going to help them build confidence going forward into future matchups. It's going to help them build confidence going into the knockout stage. And with that 3 points, it's essentially already locked up that they're going to the knockout stage, right? 3 points will be enough to be a third place finisher. But definitely, they'll probably win this group very easily. They'll probably go in and beat Switzerland and then beat Hungary as well. But starting off this way is absolutely brilliant for them. Now, if you look at Scotland, there was stuff to build off of. They did score a goal late to get one back as a consolation, which is nice. But getting pumped 5-1 is not good at all. Now they're at 0 points. They're going to have to find a way to build off of this. They're going to have to find a way to get momentum, find a way to get positivity within the club, right? They've got to find a way to get a result against Switzerland and find a way to get a result against Hungary if they want to advance out of the group stage. Because if they don't advance out of the group stage, it's a really bad tournament for them. And it's kind of like a repeat of history. So, I'm really impressed with how Germany have come in and played and really just try to pump Scotland as hard as they could. That's going to really help them build confidence. Moving forward into the next game from this group with Switzerland-Hungary. Coming into this matchup, I actually thought Hungary was going to win this one. Hungary came in defending extremely well, keeping multiple clean sheets in games leading up to this tournament. Switzerland hadn't really been scoring a ton of goals and hadn't really been showing any kind of promise or anything. And then all of a sudden, Switzerland come out and win 3-1. I think they got up 2-0, and then Hungary got one back, and then Switzerland pumped in another one. But I mean, the story of this match is that there's the lumberjack that Hungary brought on against Switzerland, which was absolutely hilarious. He's not an actual lumberjack, he's just a big boy. But really, Switzerland, I'm really impressed with them here. Again, 3 points kind of guaranteeing them getting out of the group stage. They'll be into the knockout stage with those 3 points. A brilliant result for them. And I think that going forward, this will really be a catalyst for them. All they need to do now is kind of draw against Scotland, and they're almost guaranteed second place at that point. So Switzerland have a really good base to build off of right now. They've scored a lot of goals already. 3 goals in a tournament is fantastic for them in one match. So I think going into their next couple of games, I think it'll be a real big inspiration piece for them to continue trying to scoring, trying to play more free-flowing. Granted, Zacco is a real maestro in the midfield, really conducting play. And again, they never took the foot off the gas pedal. They kept going and going. So I think this is a brilliant thing for them. Then if you look at Spain versus Croatia, which I was touting was the biggest matchup in match day 1. Spain come in and say it's not a matchup at all. We're going to kill them 3-0. They got 3 goals right near the end of the first half, and then they kind of just sat back. Well, they didn't really sit back, but they kind of just slowed down a little bit, try to create some chances. But I thought Lamine Yamal, who the youngster, the 16-year-old, 17-year-old, was brilliant in this tournament. He was really dominating the ball when he had it. He was moving past players. He was trying to create chances. I think there was one brilliant save that was saved against us, so he could have opened up his scoring tally with Spain. But overall, really good tournament, and a lovely ball whipped into Carvajal to tap in his first ever goal for Spain. So I think it's just great. Spain have come in winning 3-0, coming in. I thought this was going to be a draw, and I think Spain have really announced themselves saying, hey, we're a favorite to win this thing. Germany announced themselves saying, we're a favorite to win this thing. Spain are like, hey, we're right there with you guys. And I think, again, Spain never let up the gas pedal. They came in and they played, beating down Croatia as much as they could, which I think is really good. Obviously, in this game, there's a little bit of VAR controversy. Should there have been a red card? Should there have been a red card with the penalty? What happened with the penalty? Like, someone encroached, it was missed, so it wasn't given, all that type of thing. It's, VAR kind of rears ugly head, but it wasn't really a story of the match. It was 3-0, so nothing was going to happen from it. But Croatia really have to find a way to rebound here. They're going to have to pump Albania. They're going to have to beat Italy or get a draw against Italy to, again, advance out of this group. But if we look at the Italian match next, Italy won 2-1. They went down extremely early in the first minute. Albania got that goal off a terrible throw-in. And I think it's just kind of like a little bit of a warning piece. As you know, Italy really controlled the game, was really pressing and dominating, trying to get those 2 goals back, and they did, and they won the matchup. But again, it was a fluke goal that they conceded, but it just kind of keeps you honest in a tournament that, hey, like 1 or 2 moments can really just define your whole tournament. So they need to be much better when it comes to that, and need to be much more aware of how they're playing, because if that happens, say, against like a Spain or a Croatia, they might not get the chance to get those 2 goals back, and it could see them, you know, not really performing well in this group and then getting a horrible matchup in the round of 16. So if you're an Italian fan, yes, great, you got a victory, right? But you've got to really be hoping for a little bit better against Spain and Croatia, because this was your easiest matchup, and only winning 2-1 is not the greatest. But a matchup where the underdog scored first and then the favorites kind of came back was the Netherlands versus Poland. And watching this game, as soon as the Netherlands went down, it was utter domination. There was no doubt in my mind the Dutch were going to win this game. I thought they were going to win it like 4-1. They had so many chances, were so creative, so moving the ball around, getting tons of shots, right? They were a little maybe too technical when they got into the final third, which isn't the greatest thing you want to see, right? But they came through and were just pumping Polish. No doubt in my mind that they were going to beat the Poles. That late goal by Berghuis, I mean, kind of lucky how it fell to him, but I mean, the Dutch really deserved to win this matchup. And again, in my final predictions of Euro 2024, I did predict them to win, and kind of seeing how this game played out, you know, with how dominant the Dutch could be and how consistently dominant they could be throughout the entire game, really kind of shows you like why they are a dark horse. Like they might end up just like losing to like a Germany or a Spain, but you know, if they can be this dominant, just this consistently, I think they'll be a real big title favorite going forward. And kind of announced themselves coming back. And then looking at Slovenia and Denmark, what a game for Slovenia. Getting a draw. They've never won at the Euros, but again, a draw against Denmark, getting that point. Can they go ahead and beat Serbia? If they go ahead and beat Serbia, that might get them second place. That will definitely get them third place, and a third place into the knockout stage. So perfect for Slovenia. Denmark slow out of the gates here. What's going to happen with them? They've got England next, I believe. So if they lose to England there, they've only got 1 point going into that final matchup against Serbia, and they might crash out of this tournament. And they came in as, you know, clear favorites to get that second spot, and to even some people were predicting that they might even overthrow England, because England are famously slow starters in tournaments, that type of thing. But this draw against Slovenia, it's the game that they had to win. It was an easy matchup to start their tournament, to open up their tournament window, and they lost it. And it's really not okay that they lost it, because now ton of pressure against this England game. England are coming in also kind of feeling the pressure, winning 1-0. So is that going to make England try even harder and really pump Denmark? Probably not. But, you know, England are going to come in and most likely beat Denmark easily. So I think that, you know, they might be coming out of the second match only having 1 point. Slovenia might be coming out having 4 points or 2 points, or, and, you know, even 1 point too, right? But Slovenia are going to be putting everything in they can to beat Serbia. So Slovenia come out with 4 points against Serbia. Denmark come out with 1 point against England. Serbia and Denmark are at 0-1 points. That's going to be an all-out war in the final match day week of this Euro tournament. And then we look at that English-Serbia game. 1-0, great goal by Jude Bellingham, headed it home from a ball from Saka that took a deflection on the cross. And I thought Saka was brilliant the whole game, was really trying to generate a lot of offense going down that right side. Kyle Walker really gives him a lot of protection staying back, so really great for England to see that. And Kyle Walker slipped him in a couple of times. And when Saka came off and Jared Bowen came on, again, Jared Bowen put the ball in the box off the bar. So I think that England have a ton of options down that side. Phil Foden wasn't really that involved in the game. Harry Kane wasn't really that involved in the game, and they still got the victory. So I think it speaks well for England, but it also speaks to Gareth Southgate. You got that goal early. You were dominant. I think it was 88 to like 12% possession for them. And then the game ends up being like 50-50. And it's like, what are you doing, Gareth Southgate? You got the early goal. Go ahead and pump them. Like, do what Germany did, right? Do what Spain did. Do what the Netherlands did. Just be relentless and try to put as many balls in the back of it as you can. It doesn't matter. Don't try to be nice and sit and defend. Go and kill these other teams. Show the world that, hey, like, you're a favorite here. Because after this game, I wouldn't consider them a favorite anymore. I consider them a decent team that are now slipping into that kind of dark horse category, only beating Serbia 1-0. For Serbia, they got to go ahead and beat Slovenia. If they don't beat Slovenia, I can't really see them getting out of this group, facing Denmark in their final game. But a huge result here in the next game. Romania 3-0 against the Ukraine. What an absolute storybook game this was. They came in, didn't have a lot of possessions, got these 3 goals. Stanku opened up the scoring for them. Ukraine kind of a little bit shell-shocked in this game. 3-0 for Romania, again, an upset victory. brilliant for them. Those 3 points, is it going to get them that third place automatic qualifying position, or is it going to guarantee them second place in this group? It's great for them. I believe they either play Slovakia or Belgium next, so I think that moving into that, if they can get a result against Slovakia, maybe like a draw or again another victory, absolutely perfect for them, because Belgium lost. So Belgium, the favorites in this group, have lost. So right now it's Romania top of the group, and Romania, can you stay there? That'd be fantastic for you. Can you be the Cinderella story of the tournament? I would love to see it. I didn't think you guys were going to do anything at all in this tournament, and you've really proven me wrong. So good on you guys. Ukraine, I hate to say it, but after that result today, I don't see you guys getting out of this group. I could see Ukraine crashing out of this group and bottom. And heading into Belgium versus Slovakia. Slovakia get the upset victory. What a great result for them. An early 1-0. They got that goal early. They win 1-0 at the end. They held on for dear life near the end of the game. They conceded twice, but they were both ruled out by VAR. Both by Lukaku. Lukaku was well offside. I remember when I first saw the goal, I said it was offside. So it was no story there that, it was called offside by VAR, and I don't think VAR has an issue with that. I think it should be used that way. We need to get the right call on the field. The second one had a little bit more controversy. It was a handball, and what can we really make of that handball situation? But I think that, again, it does move the ball very, very, very slightly, and at least there's a clear precedent set now that if the ball touches your hand and it moves in any direction other than the direction it was going to go, even if it's like just a few inches off that line, it's a handball. Goal ruled out no matter what, or again, handball, it's a penalty no matter what. I think it's a good precedent to have. Hopefully every single ref and VR stick to this, because that's the issue. Like at the Premier League, the rules kind of change from week to week to week and game to game to game. So if they can maintain the consistency of, if it touches the hand and it gets diverted even by a few inches, we are calling it a handball, goals will be disallowed, penalties will be given, all that type of thing, right? I think that'll be brilliant. But I think, again, talking about the game itself, brilliant for Slovakia to win. What an amazing spot for them to win. And I'm very happy for them, and I think that they will continue to bounce on from this tournament. I think they'll get at least one more victory within this group, and I think they will get top of the group now that they have beat Belgium. And now Belgium will be really fighting for their lives against the Ukraine and Romania to get out of this group in second place. Because again, you don't really want third. You don't want to be facing a monster, right? Second place, again, you still want to be facing a first place team, but you should hopefully be facing, a team that you will be able to match up against. Looking at the final game of day 4, we have France versus Austria. France won that 1-0. They missed plenty of chances in this matchup, though, so there is some worry there for them if you're a French fan. Again, they got the job done, but only 1-0. Mbappe missed a sitter. Giroud missed a sitter at the end. Austria was kind of coming alive throughout the game, was kind of able to penetrate a little bit more, get some chances, just not able to put them away. So for France, good defense kind of saw them through the game. A bit like England, where they wanted to just try to see it out, but really, are you happy with that? If, as a French fan, you had a lot of opportunities to win 3-0, win 4-0, win 2-0. You only managed to get one. It was an own goal as well. Brilliant play by Mbappe down the side to then whip it in to get that own goal against Austria. But the issue is again, before the tournament, you drew to Canada 0-0. So is goal scoring going to be an issue for this team going forward? Because as of right now, they do not have a goal scorer on their team. They only have an own goal from another team. That's how they won this game. So not looking too great for France there coming through this. And then if you look at Austria, what a game to get a result there. It was there for the taking. France were not firing on all cylinders. You needed to get a victory or a draw, and you just didn't do it. Now it all is going to ride on your matchup versus Poland, because you got to beat Poland, and then you got to either try to find a way to get a result against the Netherlands, maybe, but hopefully a win against Poland will see you guys through the group stage. But I hope you like my analysis. I hope you like my reaction. And stay tuned for a tier list and a power ranking coming soon for the Euros. But like always, have a good one. See you next time.